Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Here to do probably my last video for the day to look at Bitcoin. And basically, I guess we'll get started. This isn't financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades and managing your own risk appropriately. And this is just my opinion on the market. And you should do your own research and collect information from as many people as you can. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. This is the same chart that I was looking at just the other day. Not too much has really changed. What I do want to do is I want to again go back to our larger view where we were talking a little bit about lower high after lower high after lower high, and then this last push up again was another lower high. It didn't quite, although it really did try. It really did try. It got up to about 10,600, which was close to the high back here at about 10,950 or so. And we've been correcting ever since then. And the question is, are we going to be going back down to 8,700, or are we going to be basically counting this 9,000 as support yet again? 9,000 was support back here. We had support at about 9,100. We had support here again at 9,100, and now we're sitting here at 9,100 yet again. So this begs the question, do we have a support and resistance flip here? And are we going to be looking for some liquidity, or are we basically done? Are we going to start moving up from here? So this is the area that I'm looking for right now. I'm taking this level as basically our daily closures in this area back here in May. We had several days where we closed and tried to push up above 8,800. We weren't able to do that. And then we had that one last push up. It went to 91.10 or so, and then we had a major rejection all the way back down to under 8,000. So that was huge, huge resistance. Okay, and then of course, we came back and we consolidated back down here in the 7,600 area, the same area that we found back over here. So let me just go ahead and clean up some of this, and I want to focus on these consolidation areas that we've had. So let's just take a look at some of these levels here. All right, so we have this level right down here, which is an area that I am interested in for support if we ever do happen to go back down there. So this is an area I would be looking for support, but right now this is the area which is the most important, at least to me. The most important area to me is going to be this red box that we have on the chart right now. And again, what this points to is the area of rejection here. And then we had new support right here before we had our big move up to 13,900. And then when we came back down, that was support again here, support again here. We didn't penetrate the box. And then of course, you had 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth time we get to it, we fell straight through it. And then that was our new resistance. And then it was our resistance again. So that was 1, 2. We had a third tip of resistance on that day, but then we eventually had follow through because we had some bullish consolidation right on the bottom of that. Right, the closure of that daily candle was pretty good, and then the next day it allowed it to push straight through. So now what am I expecting? Well, I'm expecting this to be new support. So this area right here should be pretty strong support, and I'm just going to go ahead and drill down to a lower time frame here. I'm going to go down to a 30-minute time frame so we can see with a little bit of granularity what this area really is starting to look like. So we're on a 30-minute time frame. We can see, we're on the bottom of our Bollinger Bands and starting to move our way up. And, just normal Bollinger Band setup, nothing special there. 20 simple moving average. I think the standard deviation of 2. Standard deviation 2 based on candle closures. And, we're right here sitting right below the 20 simple moving average on the 30-minute time frame. If we go to higher time frames, then you can see we've got a little ways to go before we get there. So even though we are tapping inside of this liquidity down here inside of our support zone, I would love to see a push up above 9,100 and for us to stay above there on a 4-hour time frame. That would be really great to see. But areas that I am interested in reclaiming as support, and I'm going to focus a little bit on this area right here. Let me go ahead and pull this guy out. This area right here, which is going to be resistance. So I'm going to pull that out there. And then the next area where I am most interested in is right here. This level is going to be extremely important for us to be able to push through. And that's going to be at 9,500 basically. 9,500 is going to be a significant area for us to push through. But now, if we're able to do that, then this is what I want to see, because we do have a little bit of a trend line going on here. It wouldn't surprise me for us to go up, hit that at about 9,400, and then roll over and get us all the way back down to 8,700. That is a likely scenario that we have to pay attention to. But if we do happen to push up above that trend line, so if we start to consolidate up here and then we push up, I would look for a retrace down here for us to have a continuation further to the upside, getting us closer to 10,000 again. So of course, as always, there's two sides to every story, and we still have to continue to defend this level down here. I'm going to remove this box since we already have a good idea of what it looks like. But right now we are sitting inside of that zone. I'm actually going to remove this trend line as well. We're inside of this zone right here, and inside of this zone, it's possible for you to make scalping trades in this area. But if we are going to be pushing down below this, we're probably going to reclaim new resistance, and then we're going to get that push down to 8,700. I am focused a bit on 8,700. I'm focused on it for two reasons. One reason is this area right here, which we have to pay attention to that zone, which is based on this consolidation right here. After we wicked up to about 8,500 the other day, this was back on October 25th, after we wicked up there, we had resistance, but then we pushed up and consolidated. We had bullish consolidation accumulation in this area before we pushed up. So the most important level is probably 86.75. And if we do come down to this level, I do seriously expect there to be a spring to occur in that area. A lot of people are saying the same thing. So either we're going to come down here, we're going to get that spring, or we're going to come down here, and what's going to end up happening is we're going to get a spring, but then it's going to fail here at 9,000, and then we're just going to keep going lower, and we're going to go back down, right? So we don't know what's going to happen yet. We don't know what the market makers have in store, but what I can see right now is we do have some consolidation in this area, which I am keeping an eye on. If you could have caught a short up here at 9,500, that would have been really great. And if you're able to catch a long here at 9,000, I would say, you would be catching that as a swing trade. Catch that as a swing and then watch to see what happens here at 9,200, because 9,200 to 9,500, this is going to be another area of chopping action. And since we're so close to this trend line, I would be willing to say that we are going to get a rejection there. And I do think that we will get down here to 8,700. Likely people did buy down here. They defended that. We're going to get a reaction off of it, but then we're going to get the rejection on that reaction, which is going to take us back down here. Only time will tell. Anything can happen. But this is really what I'm looking at. We're looking at this little trading zone, not a whole lot going on in this little box down here. So we've got our lows around 9,000. We have our highs up here, which is at about 91.70 or so. We have a nice area of support and resistance, which has formed, and it can go all the way back over here. That level right there at about 91.70, we had support, but it went kind of deep, but it's still closed in this area. Support, fell through, resistance. So 91.73 is where I would be looking for a reclaim of support. For me to be a little more bullish, I want to see something like this to get us up there. I want to see us reclaim this as support and then get us up there. And then if we can pull up here, I would be perfectly fine seeing us come back down to 9,200 for us to see a move further to the upside. So, as always, there's going to be market chop and you have to be ready for it. But these are the levels that I am really paying attention to right now. I don't like getting support and resistance levels on 15-minute time frames, but at least on the hour, 2 hour, 3 hour time frames, these are pretty obvious. You know, it's obvious that we have this level right here that we have to pay attention to, which is really right where we're at right now. So that's the level right there at 91.25 or so. We have this level right here, which we had 3-hour closures, you know, as support and as resistance. So that's an important level to pay attention to as well, and that's also at 92.25. And then above that, of course, you've got the level at about 94.50 to contend with. So we haven't been able to close the candle above 94.50 in quite a while. If we can get a move up here, then I think that would be good. But it really would not surprise me if we come back down here to this level at about 8,700. But after we do that, so again, and I know I've done this on other videos as well that I've done, but starting down here at the bottom, working our way up here to the top, that confluence down here, and I guess this is at 85.50, which is kind of deep. I'd like to see what happens down here at 89.40. That 89.40 could well also be defended as well. And if you take a look at the order books across exchanges, you would be able to see that we do have defense in the mid 8900s. So mid to upper 8900s do have of lots of bids set there, which could mean that we never get there. It could mean that we are done and we are going to just continue moving up. But I want to see a breach of this trend line because right now this looks like another descending wedge. Based on this this bottom that we have here at 9,000. So what I don't want to see is I don't want to see us continue to get rejected and try and continue to test this. If we start to consolidate here at the apex, so if we see a move up and then we see a move down and then we see a move up and a rejection and then a move down, we're probably going to fall through that, which will take us down here to the golden zone for us to get that bullish reaction. But it's going to take time for this to play out. But yeah, you got to be ready for it to break through. So if you're any leverage longs from 9,000, good entry, in my opinion, good entry. But set that stop loss because if we don't see any bullish engulfing candles, we don't see any reaction off of this, any bullish reaction off of this, then I do believe over time we are going to break down through 9,000. But you know, only time will tell as we continue to consolidate inside of here. I want to see a move up and then a retest and then a move up higher. So I want to see us break out of that trend line. You know, quite possibly we could be making a new trend line, you know, out of this. So it could be that this is going to end up turning into something like this. You know, we still have yet to see what's going to happen here, but easily we could push back up here to 9,900, 10,000. But it's not confirmed as of yet. Right now, this is our trend line, and it's looking a little bearish for the short term, unless we can push up above, I would say 93 to 9,400. If we can break above 93, 9,400, then I think we have potential to continue to the upside. But for right now, it still looks like we're going to go down. And if you took a look at my chain link video from earlier, you would also acknowledge that that I'm talking about some of the USDT pairs also going down. I did a video on Chainlink earlier today, a video on Holochain earlier today, both against USDT, and those are both projected to be moving a little bit more to the downside. So just being very skeptical of being too bullish right now. I am super bullish, but I do think that we have a correction, a little further correction to go, maybe just a little bit further down here to the 8,900 to 8,950 level, and then we'll kind of take it from there because that would be kind of equaling the low that we had back here. So we'll kind of watch things and see how they go, and I'll continue to keep people updated in the Discord. If you don't have an invite, feel free to throw a comment. I'll get you an invite too. It doesn't cost anything to join. We're just trying to keep down on the spam accounts that are joining. So feel free to throw in a comment. I can get you an invite. And otherwise, feel free to like, subscribe, share, and I will catch you all later.